Hi, how are you today? So in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at a very interesting little keyboard that was released in the 80s. This was a very popular keyboard. This is the Casio SK-1. And I remember, yeah, these were so popular back in the day. When I was about 13, 14 years old, I used to see these everywhere. It just seemed everybody had one, everybody was playing with one. It was really the first affordable sampling keyboard on the market. And leave it to Casio to bring this very sort of accessible sampling keyboard onto the market. And in case you didn't know, the reason why it's called the SK-1, SK stands for sampling keyboard. And believe it or not, I found this keyboard at a Value Village. I think I bought it, oh, I don't know, maybe 12 years ago. And as you can see, the price tag is still on it. I paid $4.99 for this little fun keyboard. And to make things even more interesting, when I was in Value Village, where I found this keyboard in the store, it was actually in with the toys. It was on a shelf with other toys. So I guess they took one look at this tiny little thing and thought, it's a toy. Let's just put it in with the other toys. So basically, I'm just going to do a really quick look at the SK-1. You can run it on an adapter, or you can run it with 5 AA batteries, which is what I'm doing right now. So we have our function button here, which turns on the power basically. We have our mode button, so we have normal mode, solo 1, solo 2, and chord, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. We have our volume control. We have some different effects. We have portamento, vibrato, and basically over here we have the different presets that you can choose from. We have our rhythm, tempo, rhythm select, all of these things. And the SK-1 does have a very limited memory. So you have your memory controls over here. We have demo, clear, delete, autoplay, and reset. We have one key play, and we have the sampling feature. And basically we have a little built-in microphone over here in the top right, which I will be showing you in a moment. You also have connections on the back of the keyboard, which I'm showing you on the screen right now, where you can input your own microphone or even input a line recording. So for something so simple and so basic and so cheap, it actually offered some surprising features. Okay, so I'm just going to run through the different sounds, and it's no secret that most of the sounds in this thing were notoriously cheesy. Everybody knows that. But just for fun, I'm going to go through and demonstrate each of the sounds. So first of all, we have piano. Yeah, just a very shrill kind of fake piano sound. Very kind of 80s. And here is trumpet. That's so cheesy. Then we have human voice, and I actually quite like this one. It has a nice repeat on it. Yeah, it just has a very sort of mysterious, surreal kind of quality to it. And then we have pipe organ, which actually isn't all that bad. If you added some reverb to that, it's actually kind of usable. Then we have brass ensemble. Has a very kind of 80s quality to it. Flute. Very subdued. Very sort of moody. And the next one is called synth drums, and this one's kind of fun. Also has a repeat on it. And finally we have jazz organ. And those are basically your presets, okay? And I'll just give you an idea of what the rhythm sounds like. Just a very sort of cheesy kind of rhythm sound. And also I'll show you chord mode. So basically in chord mode it'll play a rhythm and generate sort of a auto accompaniment depending on what key you hit. So that's basically the chord mode. But the one thing about this keyboard that really sold it was, of course, the sampling. So basically I'm just going to talk into the microphone here. Basically all I have to do is hit the sampling button and the mic will automatically start recording. And I find it does help if I speak if I put my mouth up very close to the microphone, you get the best quality sample. So I'm just going to demonstrate that for you right now. So I'm going to pick up the keyboard, hit sample, and speak into the microphone. Okay? So I'm just going to say the word hi. Hi. Okay, so the sample's been caught. Let's see how that sounds.
Hi, 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 hi.
So you can have a lot of fun with it. Basically, of course, as you know, back in the day, people would belch into the microphone, especially boys love to do that sort of thing. They would fart into the microphone and sample that, all kinds of crazy stuff. But you can do sort of a very percussive sound with no sustain. But you see here it says loop set. And basically when I use that button, it gives my sample some sustain. So let's give that a try. So basically when I hit the loop set and then play that sample again, it's just going to keep repeating it. And because it's a very percussive, just a one-syllable hi, it's just going to keep repeating that in a very percussive way. But if I sample a sound that's very sort of long and drawn out, and I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to do another sample here. Alright, so let's see how that sounds. So it sounds kind of spooky, and as you can see, the SK-1 can play chords. It is polyphonic. But listen when I hit loop set and I play that sample again. And it basically becomes very continual. Now, of course, you can play with it a lot. You noticed in that sample, it wasn't entirely smooth. That is, when it came to the end of my sample, it had this sort of a hiccup kind of sound, like If you play around with it enough, if you add certain outboard effects, you could have a very seamless sample, and it actually sounded surprisingly good for such a low bit rate sampling keyboard. But anyway, that is just a very quick look at the SK-1. It's a fun little keyboard. Certainly you can find them on the secondhand market. I've seen them go on eBay for huge prices, especially if they still include the original packaging or the original box. I've seen people sell them for hundreds of dollars. I was certainly lucky enough to find mine at Value Village for $5. If you do happen to stumble across one, if you're lucky to find one in a thrift store or a garage sale or a flea market, definitely pick it up. It's a lot of fun. Again, it's not top of the line, high quality. It was never intended to be. It's basically just a fun little keyboard to play around with. So that's my quick look at the Casio SK-1. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you can join us again next time. Please subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every week. And every time someone subscribes to my channel, it really helps my channel grow. So thank you all so much. Leave a comment, give us a thumbs up. We'd love to hear from you. We'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.